having got to know you as well as I have over the last couple of years, I believe that there is one how, which is one of many that you use to achieve your goals. Obviously, purpose is one that you've mentioned, but there's another one. And the other one that I know you're a big fan of is operating like a particular animal.
Do you know, Will, that was dead subtle, mate. I love that. That was yeah. Let me just hold. Am I allowed to hold a book up?
You can hold a book up. For people that aren't watching this on YouTube, I'll share what he's holding up, or you can describe it. It's up to you.
Okay, this is a book called Rhinoceros Success. It's by an author called Scott Alexander, who, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, he's crazy, right? He's nuts, this guy. I love him. It's a thin book with large print and lots of pictures of cows and rhinos in it. And I was advised by 7 people to read this book. I saw the title, flicked through, and I went, nah, dismissed it totally. Then, out of all of the books, and I mean every single book ever quoted by a top achiever, when I say, is there a book that's been a game changer for you, including biographies, autobiographies, business strategy, anything at all, this is the most common book quoted by top achievers as to, this is the book that changed my life. Peter Thompson, Mary Collin, they go, Rhino time. This is a crazy book. Also, there was a guy called Watkins, one of the pioneers of positive psychology. See, all the names are coming back to me now. One of the pioneers of positive psychology. He'd never read the book in his life, Will, and yet his research proved virtually everything in the book to be true. There's a happiness PhD called Andy Cope from The Art of Brilliance and The Art of Happiness. He came up with virtually identical stats to this guy as well. Let me explain. In the book, Scott says there are 2 types of animals, right? There are cows and there are rhinos. I'm sure there are others, but the 2 main animals are cows and rhinos. And what he suggested is that 97 to 98% of the time, most of us behave like cows. We hang around with people just like us because they make us feel significant and it's safe in the herd. I wonder how many of us, if we're honest, Will, or people listening to this, are guilty of hanging around with the same people all the time just because it's safe and easy. I said, Scott, explain. He says, Dave, people stand in a field doing the same thing they've always done, chewing grass, moo, milky, milky. I said, what? And he went, moo, milky, milky. I went, yeah, all right, I get it. Bad metaphor. Let's move on. He says, Dave, they look over the field. They see what they want. They want it, but they're scared of failure. So they don't even try. Their friends will laugh at them if they fail. They'll lose money. So they keep doing what they've always done. Chew grass, moo, milky, milky, Will. And then they moan about it. They moan about it. I said, okay, cow's bad. What about the other 2 to 3%? He went, rhinos, Dave. I said, what do you mean? He says, rhinos. If they see what they want, what do? Charge. Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros? Not even animal. They are. They're better than rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, they see what they want and they go for it. They're not elephants. They don't tread on things and people to get what they want. Significant point to know. They charge at the target. They're a nurturing animal. They take people with them. They get a lot of abuse. I mean, they are an endangered animal after all. But if you've got a rhinoceros attitude, you charge at a goal. Here's the good news, Will. 97% of the time, we think and behave like that, safe. 3% of the time, all of us, without exception, have had moments of rhino. We've all had those moments. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What if we don't enter the fluffy world of personal development and just go, hey guys, all you got to do is think rhino and everything's brilliant and easy? No, that's ridiculous. I'm from Birmingham. Rubbish happens. We all have cow days. Would you agree? Stuff happens. Loss, bereavement, failure, everything. There's so much rubbish in the world. What if we're real and we say, do you know what? 2 to 3% of the time, bad stuff's going to happen. Moo, milky, milky. Get over it. Instead of pushing it down and pretending it doesn't exist, why don't you just accept that's a reality? And then accept the reality that 97% of the time, we allow ourselves the luxury of mediocrity, when in fact, 97% of the time, we could be having more fun. When I tell young people or chief execs about some of the adventures I've had in my personal life, traveling the world and doing the things I've done, they go, I want to go on an adventure. I'll go, well, get out your armchair then. And they go, what? I go, well, you can't have an adventure in your armchair. Get out your armchair. Go and sign up for something. Next year, don't go for 2 weeks to Ibiza. Go and work in an African village. Go and trek the Great Wall of China, or go and do something with your life. Go shark swimming. By the way, if anyone wants to do a charity shark swim, get in touch. But if you want to train to be a purpose or a massive goals coach, get in touch. Let's change the freaking world here. Or you can sit in your armchair with your TV dinner, watching the soap opera, then the news, and wondering why you're just not happy. Moo, milky, milky, Will. So what I'm asking people to do is recognise the 3 and the 97% rule and just be a little bit more Rhino. Just be a little bit more Rhino. Having it is what we should say, Will. Having it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. You can find the full episodes of the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast here on YouTube, on iTunes, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms.